Founded in the 11th century, Marrakesh was the capital of the Almoravids Empire, and through its history had its share of great splendour, military struggle, famines, plagues and political uprisings. Conquered by the French in 1912 before Morocco gained independence in 1956, Marrakesh is considered to be the capital of South Morocco. Today, for tourists, it's a luxury spot for wealthy Westerners. As I've got older, it's so much more difficult to stay in touch with friends, and so in this video, I'm travelling around Morocco with my two best friends, Elliot and Kieran. We're reconnecting and getting lost in the ancient city of adventure. In the rest of the Morocco series, we spend the night in the desert and almost die on a mountain, but that's a story for another video.
Welcome to Morocco.
Finally, in the airport in Manchester, we arrived to the airport 5 hours early because we heard some rumours about the terminal being closed and about the terminal that we're going into being crazy busy, which it was. We were in the security queue for over an hour, and now we're having some well-deserved drinks. Arrived in Marrakesh, finally. It's nighttime at the moment, it's 8 o'clock, yet it's baking. Very, very humid, very, very warm. A fresh 31 degrees, and it's going to get up to 40 degrees in the daytime, even more than that in the desert.
We printed off all of our forms, the COVID tests, the fit to flies, the vaccinations and boarding passes. Didn't need any of them.
Not a single form was checked. Better be prepared than sorry. 40 degrees in the daytime. How do you feel about that?
Worried.
And we're walking down this little street to get to our apartment. We've arrived at where we're staying in Marrakesh, and look how cool this place is. We are in the Riyadh. Lovely little pool in the middle that you can go in. We're sat here. These are all the rooms in this little square.
I like this recently.
We're finally greeted by our first cup of tea. There's nothing I want more when I get to a boiling hot country to drink a boiling hot cup of tea.
Cheers.
Very hot. We're in the main square. We arrived pretty late, and so it's already 10:30, and so we're hunting around for food, and it is a proper hustle, bustle, stuff going on absolutely everywhere. So it's dinner time, and we have found somewhere literally above the main square in Marrakesh. Check the view out from here, absolutely insane. It's time to get some food because it is almost 11:30 at night.
With a little bit of luck, I'll be eating camel this evening, so that's quite exciting.
So one of the things they've got an absolute ton of here is fresh juice. Literally every single stall is selling orange juice, mango juice. Boys with the juice when in Rome. On the streets of Marrakesh are loads of people playing games and gambling. Behind me is a game that we've been playing for ages where you try and flick a coin onto this map which has lots of small circles. And if you land within a circle, whatever that number is, you double or triple, quadruple your money to that amount. And then the police came and the guys ran away. We are in Marrakesh, it's the first morning, and we're on our terrace for breakfast. The one thing we got told about coming up for breakfast was be careful of the bees, and they are everywhere. It's 27 degrees outside, but luckily we're in the shade, and apparently during the daytime it's going to get up to 35-40 degrees. We're lucky that it's not 50 degrees. We had an amazing breakfast. What were pancakes, so imagine some pancakes there, and we had marmalade, a ton of bees as you can see, and honey at the back, so at least we know that honey's fresh. Adventurous bees, look at that. I'm standing above the roof of where we're staying. It's really surreal. It's almost like you're in a video game, like you're playing Prince of Persia or something like that. Where we're staying is also really cool because there's like a central part which is completely open with a little pool in the middle, which I think they need because in the daytime we can get to 50 degrees here. The thing about Marrakesh is every little corner and building you turn into seems to be some sort of market, and they all sell the same sort of things. And the sort of things I'm thinking about are these: spices, things for health, things for beauty, rugs, shoes, that's it, everywhere. Currently walking the streets of Medina. Motorbikes driving past these tiny thin streets, surrounded by shops, people selling leather, people selling tea. It's like all of these tourist countries where you go into a place and people are trying to sell you things and people are trying to bring you into their shops. But we did actually go into one guy's shop and it was actually really nice. So it was a guy showing us all of the different sort of herbal medicines they have, and it was a really cool shop. We had this crazy mint or menthol tea that really cleared out your sinuses. Now we're walking around the city to the palaces and the main gate of Marrakesh. We've arrived at Majorelle Gardens, which is supposed to be these really picturesque gardens and you have to see why you're here. There's the Yves Laurent museum, which is very close by as well. So we've just left the Jardin Marjorie and the Yves Laurent museum. We're about to go and have lunch. It is baking still, inside and outside. How are you coping with the heat?
Lovely.
He likes the taste of his own sweat. In the garden there were loads of cactuses. That was probably the highlight. If you ever wanted an LV ball, there you go. Lunching in Medina. We had an amazing meal, as you can tell, because all of the food is gone. And now we're about to have our spiced coffee, Moroccan spiced coffee. Can't really go to the desert without being ready for the desert, and that includes covering your head. We're adopting the traditional Berber outfits to make sure we're ready for it. We've got 3 different colours here. We've got white, we've got brown, and then we have got this sort of light grey cream. Light grey cream. The sun is absolutely beating down on us. Cannot tell you how hot it is and how much of a difference it makes having this. It's flipping hot. We're now out. Dinner, changed, showered, rested, quick nap, and it's still hot. Very, very hot, even though there's no sun. You would think as soon as the sun goes down, you'd feel a bit cooler. You'd be very wrong. Nearly got run over by a motorbike. Casual day in Marrakesh. You walk through the market in Marrakesh, and all of these places you can see next to me, they're all food places where you can eat. There's all the numbers above, and the numbers are the numbers of the place. For example, number 42, number 42. And as you walk past, everyone else is trying to sell you their place, which makes it so difficult because there are hundreds of places and everyone's trying to tell you that their one is the best, but all of them look exactly the same. That's right, you know. I'm okay, thank you. We did it! Good thing! That was walking through one of the busiest streets in the busiest cities in Morocco. I'd love to watch this footage back and see how many times people stopped us.
Let's do the next lane.
In Morocco, they absolutely love to give you this bread. Everywhere you go, you get this bread. We've also got on the menu today nondescript soup. Not sure what kind of soup. It's vegetarian.
Moroccan soup.
Moroccan soup. It's got a little bit of noodles in, and also some grilled vegetables. We finished our dinner on the street, which is a hectic but really cool experience. And then we have of course found a random truck doing coffee, but behind it he's got an actual like espresso machine, and it's a proper barista. So we're gonna have an espresso at 10 o'clock at night. It's not surprising that people get lost in the souks of Marrakesh because they are a literal maze and they're absolutely massive. Over 3 stories.
I wanted to buy a drum and a snake.
This is your place.
And jewellery at the same time. Something for everyone in the family. I'm okay, thank you.
What you're watching behind me is another one of the games they have on the streets of Marrakesh. You have what looks like a fishing pole, which is a bamboo stick with a little string on it, and attached to it is a weight, and the aim of the game is to get that weight over the top of a bottle. And if you do, and you get all 4 of yours, you win a prize. You pay to enter, and it's like a bit of a betting game. We stepped into a completely different world. We took a short taxi ride away to get some drinks somewhere, and we are in a sky bar away from the old town in the modern part of Marrakesh. It's like a city, it's like any city that you see in Europe, and we're above it all. It is 1:30 in the morning and we are at McDonald's in Marrakesh.
And it's very, very civilised.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
I mean, I know we're at McDonald's, don't at me in the comments. I get it, alright? It's a completely different scene to McDonald's in Leeds City Centre at 1:30 in the morning. I'll bring my children here.
Yeah, definitely.
She actually has this baby behind me. I don't know what this baby's doing at 1:30 in the morning, but
I just wanted 6 spicy nugs.
So what's the verdict on Marrakesh? Well, it really surprised me. From the friendly people, the bustling streets, the impressive red brick buildings and covert street gambling, it really was a wild and busy experience and something different to conventional short breaks to Europe. Let's be real though, you still can't convince me that I like Tagines. It's been amazing to reconnect with my best friends and get lost in this ancient city, so join us in part 2 of the vlog as we head to the desert, where we're spending the night alone in the Sahara, and boy does it get crazy.